Do you need to be in a place of certainty before you take action? We're asking all of you. Do you need to be in a place of certainty before you take action? Not necessarily, but if you're not in a place of certainty before you take action, what are you then asking for? More contrast to help you get clearer. So are you ever going to get to a place where you're absolutely certain about everything? You're not. So there's constantly going to be new experiences that are going to cause new decisions to form within you. So the question that you want to ask yourself when something like what you're living is happening is, what is it that I want relative to the move, and why do I want it? Speak that to us. I want to because.
I want the stimulation that I feel I'm missing here, that I feel the other geographic.
See how watered down that is already?
Yes,
you're gonna.
Yes.
So
because I know I can create my own reality, what I want. It doesn't matter where I am.
That's not what you said, and that's not what you've got going on vibrationally. So what you've got going, so this is how it's happening. You're saying, I would like to do that because this isn't working. I'm going to do that because this isn't working. I've decided in 2 weeks I'm going to do this because this isn't working. This isn't working is what's dominant. So things that are supporting what isn't working are dominantly coming into your experience. That if you were clear about what you wanted, if you were in vibrational alignment with it, things that match that would be showing up. You see how it works? Is there a right or a wrong about whether you stay or go?
No.
Is there a preferred? I prefer to do one or the other, usually.
Yes.
So where do you think the preference is born from? Do you think you just made it up on the fly? Or do you think through life experience, the preference sort of sticks out? So the question that we want to ask all of you is, do you trust your preference? Do you trust your inclination? Do you?
Yes.
Do you trust your inclination? Do you think you've made a good decision to migrate to another place?
I do. But here sort of. But here's my question about that is, I thought I had, and then this one aspect of my life suddenly lined up once I made the decision to go. So now I think, what happened there? Is it because I released the resistance around this person that I'm allowing now that I've lined up? And so what was blocking? Okay.
It's that I thought I wanted that, but I have sort of sloppy vibration going on. And since I haven't really cleaned up my vibration with that, then other vibrations are entering in for what advantage to me? What would be the advantage of something showing itself to me?
To help me to understand that I can attract the things into my life.
To help me understand that I haven't lined up yet. To help me understand I've got split energy. You see, what we want to ignite within you, within all of you today, is what the feeling of empowerment feels like. Because, friends, it doesn't matter what you are in your empowerment moving toward. It's the fact that you are empowered and moving toward it makes it a good thing. Have you seen the diversity of desires on this planet? Do you know the different things that people are really avidly interested in that don't interest others? There's great diversity in what rings your bells, and that's really a wonderful thing. So it's not a right or a wrong thing to choose one thing over another, but what matters and what you live for is that you have passion on your way to wherever it is that you're going, you see. In previous conversations, we've said just pick one and line up with it. It's not should I or shouldn't I, it's just pick one and line up with it. Pick something and line up with it, because it's the picking of something that gives you the flow of the energy, and it's the flow of the energy that is the passion of life, you see. Is that helpful? So often you think, oh, I got to find the right thing, and when I find the right thing, I'll be passionate. And we say, the only thing that keeps you from being passionate is you say, should I do that or should I do that? Should I do that? How about that? Want that? How about that? How about that? How about that? What do you think? 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 Oh, I'm so tired. What do you think? 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 Pick something. Give it your undivided attention. Feel the power of the universe shore up behind you. See doors open and seas part, and feel the current move through you. Find yourself wiser and with better timing and feeling better than you ever felt in your life. And then say, you were really a good point of attraction. You weren't the only point of attraction. You weren't the right point of attraction when others were wrong. But you were the excuse that I used to have non-physical energy flow through me, you see.
And that's what I'm wondering.
Did you get that? You are my current excuse for non-physical energy to flow through me. I'm using you as my reason to what? Focus. My reason to focus.
So it could also be that the times when I do feel very lined up with my decision, and I do feel lined up with it, that the manifestation of my new awareness of this person is simply evidence of the other alignment I have going on. And to take that as just confirmation that...
You can say that if you want to, but we wouldn't. What we'd say is, I know what I want, but I'm not really focused only upon that. And I've got some insecurity that is attracting other things that are making me feel more insecure. And you know how you can tell that? We're going to try to see if we can get you to isolate something, because we've been talking all around this, and your energy has moved as we've been discussing this. But so we'll point the question in a way that will evoke it in a way that will be really easy for us to read it and you to feel it. When this person sort of showed back up and you factored that in with everything else that you were thinking about, what was the first emotion that you felt? Give it to us quick.
I want to go. A desire to... Could you ask the question one more time? I know
it's all right. No, it's all right, because while it's happening, as you're listening in here, while it's happening, you'll be able to read your emotions more. After the fact, it's a little more cumbersome, and that's why we're wording it to you in a way. So just relax. This is really easy to figure out. So you had this plan to go. In fact, it's a pretty good plan, because it's going to happen in 2 weeks. And some things have been lining up pretty well. Not everything, not really as much as you'd like, but enough that you were ready to get ready to go. And then something occurred that made you feel how?
Delighted. You're talking about this something occurring being the realization about this person that I've had. Right?
Yeah.
And so that's what I mean. I find
well,
that...
the way you presented it to us earlier was that it made you confused about whether you wanted to stay or go. That it made you wonder. It introduced confusion into the equation.
So out of the vortex language, but when weighing the pros and the cons and looking at this person as a pro and and I ask myself the question, is it enough for me to supersede my desire?
Why are we having this conversation? Why? Because if it was as you are presenting it to us now, the conversation would have gone like this. Abraham, I've decided that I'm going to go to this other place, and I'm going to go in about 2 weeks. And I met this person that really made me sure that I'm going to go in 2 weeks. That isn't what you said.
No, that confused me about whether or not I should go in 2 weeks.
So that's what we were reaching for. That's what we were reaching for just now. What was the emotion? What was the sensation? What was the feeling? And the feeling was one of confusion.
Right.
So
yes.
Whenever you have an experience that evokes an emotion within you, then so that feeling of confusion, you can superimpose that over the greater conversation. I'm still confused about whether I'm making the right decision, or about whether I'm making the right decision, but about whether I'm in line with it enough to take that action right now. So what does that tell you? That's why we were teasing you in the beginning. Are you lined up with this? Are you lined up with going? And clearly you're not completely lined up. And then we asked all of them, what does that mean? If you're not lined up, if you're not clearly lined up, should you take the action? And it's sort of a mixed response from that. But from our point of view, certainly you can take the action, because you can clean it up anywhere you go. You can clean it up from there. It's just easier to clean it up before you take the action. Everything about an action adventure will be dramatically improved if you clean up the energy first, you see. So rather than feeling confused, if we were standing in your shoes, we'd say, I'm really appreciating this friend showing up to remind me that I have some unresolved stuff that may very well be hindering me from really getting what I want over there. Because you take yourself with you. People say, oh, things aren't working out too well for me here, so I'm thinking about going someplace else. What do you think about that, Abraham? And we say, well, we think you're going to take yourself with you. We think that how you feel is going to go over there. So why not improve how you feel before you go over there so that over there doesn't start responding just like over here? And that's what happened to you. You got evidence that over there is going to be just like over here. So you might as well save yourself the trouble of going over there, clean it up while you're over here, unless... Are you all following this? Unless going over there gives you different expectations. So now we're back around to my grid. Is it likely that I'm going to feel more expectant of things going my way in that location than in this location?
And I have asked myself that question when looking at the choices before me. Which locale would be most apt to help me
but you see,
build the grid or keep
we love you so much. But we have to say to you, you're going about this and you are representing a lot of people that do it in the screwiest possible way. And we're going to demonstrate it to you here, and then we're going to take a segment of refreshment. So here's what's screwy about it. And a lot of people do this. You say, okay, here's all of the data that surrounds me. So I'll put it into piles and I'll sort of categorize it, catalog it, pigeonhole it. And then from among all of this action, I will try to choose the behavior that then will produce the best feeling within me. It's like creating from the outside in. It never works out well. But if instead you've been living life and you've been putting things in your vortex, and you know that you want to feel free, and you know you want to feel energized, and you know you like new adventures, and you know you like new experiences, and you know you like to meet new people, and you know you want to be prosperous and active in your work environment. You know that you want to be vital and alive, and you know that you want to feel good about life, and you know you want to wake up and feel eager in the day. So you've been making these general statements about what you want, but you've managed to tune yourself into the vibrational frequency with who you are. So your vibration is raising with those general thoughts. And now your vibration is in sync with what's in your vortex. And all of a sudden you get this idea, I should go there. That's the place that has all of the things that I want. In other words, I stood in my grid, I raised my vibration, not by sifting through piles. That makes you crazy. I found vibrational alignment through meditation, through rampages of appreciation, through books of positive aspects, through just chilling, through going general. I did everything that I could think of doing to just feel good. I practiced a higher frequency vibration. I took myself out of the rat race of I've got to make the right choice. You're not ever going to make the right choice until you find the vibrational frequency that causes the right choice to be inspired. Right. And when that right choice is inspired, then the conversation says, I'm going there. Not, I'm going there, what do you think? I'm going there, and it's going to be good. Mm-hmm. I'm all lined up, and I'm ready, and nothing's going to keep me from doing that. That's inspired action. That's grid-based action. That's tending to the vibration of my grid so that what's in the vortex can flow into my experience. And when those ideas come, the power that comes with a really good decision that satisfies so many intentions. Clarity comes out of you from all over the place, you see. There's no should I, shouldn't I, pros and cons, pluses and minuses. There's none of that. None of that is relative. I'm going. Are you ready? I don't care. Do you have a place? I will. Have a way to make money? Of course. I don't know where it is, but it's coming. I'm going. Your feeling of passion is so strong. Your feeling of alignment and certainty. Your feeling of what is known by those who are in your vortex, even though the details have not been revealed to you. Humans want everything to be all spelled out. So you're just sifting and sorting. Where if you could just chill more, Source would inspire you to the right step at the right time, to the right thing. And then pretty soon, you're just floating free. You're feeling good. You're doing great. And people around you are saying, how do you do this? And you say, I distracted myself from worry. And I oriented myself toward positive aspects. And I trust law of attraction. I trust what I've put in my vortex. And most recently, I trust my ability to prepare